Hey guys, welcome back to the second scary story that I'm doing on the channel. By the way, so let's begin this thing. On my way back to school, one day, the bus driver was different. My friends used to tell rumors about him, and that he was a murderer or something. I knew they weren't true. They were just trying to freak me out. But something different about him was, every time I passed by him, I'd hear the familiar breathing. It seemed heavy and different than normal breathing. After maybe 2 weeks of him being there, he started driving detours, but we still got to school and back. One day I was going over to my friend's house at 6 a.m. in the morning because it was a Saturday. We heard the school bus. We knew the school bus wasn't supposed to come on weekends because that wasn't the day of school. We look outside and it's the guy. We thought he was just, maybe it was his car or something. We started laughing about, but then when it was 9 p.m., we went down the street and heard laughing. Then we went to the car and saw that the school bus was still there. We were kind of freaked out at the point, but when he noticed, he kind of drove off. My friend said, "What the heck? Why was he standing there the whole time?" I don't know. But things just kept getting worse. It wasn't... Every time we were in the car, he would target us. He would drive us around in random places. But then, one day, it was a different school bus driver. We kept asking what happened. We never knew what happened at the end. But then, a year later, right now, I got a call. Bill? Yes? There was, the school bus driver that used to drive you around? Yeah? He was sentenced to 50 years in an insane asylum. Why? We don't know yet. That runs chills down my spine, because as I looked in the papers, it said he was escaped. I started to freak out. I didn't know, he probably didn't know where I lived. But then I remembered. Wait a minute. I have to visit my parents were in my own hometown in a little bit. I was staying with my grandmother at the time because my parents were going through something. As a time when Grandma drove me over there, his stomach sank. Then, we saw the school bus, and the familiar breathing was at the door. My parents didn't notice it. They thought I was just a normal guy. He looked like a normal guy. They said, "Are you the pizza guy?" He said, "Yeah, the pizzas are in the car. You mind giving me some money?" Sure. Handed him the money and then got actual pizzas, which was kind of weird. Maybe he was the pizza guy. Maybe he got a job. But he still escaped. After a bit, we looked in the news. We saw a missing kid paper. It was my best friend. I started freaking out because thinking, didn't the breather come for him? My parents were super comforting, but then I saw on my way to school, because I wanted to go visit again, I saw a missing paper with my face this time. Was it prepped? Was it there? I was scared. I grabbed my old pocket knife that I used to own. Then it came. The breather started walking down the street really quickly towards me. He grabbed me by the neck. I didn't have the guts to stab him, but once he started dragging me towards the familiar school bus, everything snapped back. I stabbed him in the neck and ran off. When he was chasing me, I was for sure I killed him because I stabbed him in the neck, right where the area was, and he for sure pulled it out. I was confused deeply. He only looked like he was in a little bit of pain. I looked back and I saw him tearing at his face, revealing that this wasn't human. The familiar breathing got louder as he chased me down the street. Louder and louder and louder. He got me by the leg, and then I tried to grab a hold of the rock near me. I tripped over. I couldn't grab it, but then I grabbed a stick and slammed it across his face. I ran and ran and ran and begged my mom and dad to move back to Tennessee, back where we used to live. They said why, and then I explained everything. They didn't believe me. 40 years from now, when today, present time, I checked in the paper, and my best friend, the kid, his body was finally found, decayed and looked like he was bludgeoned. Nothing too bad, just dead. I cried/puked, but then found something different. I found a paper. The paper said, Oh, young friend, you tried to escape me that day, but you will not escape me the second time. I heard breathing behind me, and then